What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So I thought I was going to be coming at you today with a Memphis Grizzlies offseason rebuild, but the Warriors decided to get punched in the mouth and lost by like 50 or something crazy like that. I fell asleep in the fourth quarter, so I don't remember what the exact score was. But regardless, today, instead of that, we're going to be doing a trading Zach Lavine Chicago Bulls rebuild. Before we get into today's video though, guys, if you could drop a like and of course subscribe if you are new around here, that'd be greatly appreciated. So if you watched yesterday's video when we did a Zach Lavine Trailblazers rebuild, this is basically the reverse side of things, which someone asked me for down in the comment section below. I thought it'd be fun to do it anyway. So yesterday we did the exact trade, which was this. If you didn't listen to my explanation yesterday, basically what I said was it would have to be a scenario where Zach Lavine wants to go to Portland. Like, that's where he's choosing. And again, I don't think this is very likely. I don't think this is going to happen. I think Zach Lavine is going to be a Chicago Bull, and that's all there is to it. I think they're just rumors for leverage. You guys know how that goes. Agents want to get Zach Lavine the most amount of money, which Zach Lavine is going to get the max, I would assume. So, but for instance, in this scenario, Zach Lavine wants to go to Portland. So basically, instead of the Bulls losing Zach Lavine for nothing in a sign and trade scenario, they get a young guard in Anthony Simons to replace him. So that's that, basically. So that's what we're going to be doing this rebuild with Anthony Simons on the Chicago Bulls. So that kind of changes things a little bit for me, because now Anthony Simons could be plugged into this team, and this team could be interesting. But for me, I think it'd be more fun to just start trading a lot of people, right? I think it'd be fun if we just moved on from DeMar and just kind of went crazy. Now, I know that sounds stupid because DeMar DeRozan was just really freaking good, but his value would probably be his peak value right now, especially after being technically an MVP candidate for a while there. So yeah, I know that sounds weird in hindsight to trade DeMar DeRozan, but if Zach Lavine, I guess, left and you got Anthony Simons to return, which Simons is good, but I'm just not really sure he puts you in championship contention again. And I don't even know if the Bulls were ever consider that. You could make that argument down in the comment section below. I mean, some people would probably say they were. Some people would say no, they couldn't even beat a good team. So I'm just going to have fun today. And like I said, this video is basically not realistic at all. What I'm going to try to make it realistic, but again, this scenario is probably not realistic. So just keep that in mind. If I'm confusing you, I apologize. But we are going to be trading DeMar DeRozan and Vucevic probably. So just buckle up. So now that we have the coaching staff completely filled out, it is time to make things interesting. So as far as our draft pick situation is concerned, we do have the 19th overall pick. So that's something we have to keep in mind. But next year we don't have our pick, but we should have the Blazers pick next year. So that's definitely something we can count on. But Vucevic is going to be my first target. I think a lot of Bulls fans would be fine from moving on from Vucevic because he wasn't good defensively and his offense wasn't good enough to where defensively, obviously, it didn't make up for it, if that makes any sense. So I don't really know what you'd get for Vucevic. I guess a team like the Grizzlies wanting to make the next step, put Vucevic and Jaren Jackson together. You know, Jaren Jackson could definitely help Vucevic, you know, obviously not good defensively. Then the Grizzlies move on from Adams, I guess. That could be a thing. And then you got Taylor Horton-Tucker on a first-round pick, which is all reliable there. But I'm not going to do that one. So Chris Duarte. But I kind of like the idea of trading Vucevic to the Grizzlies. If the Grizzlies wanted to make that next move, I guess, you know, obviously Vucevic spaces the floor a lot more than Steven Adams. And as Steven Adams, you know, is good and all, but I think Vucevic would be a huge improvement for them and they can move on from Steven Adams. But they are trading Brandon Clark, Xavier Tillman, but I'm totally okay with that. We get two big men to help us for our rebuild. So I like, this isn't really a rebuild, by the way. This is kind of more of a retool because Simons and Lonzo Ball, I think, could be a really interesting backcourt since obviously Simons not so good on the defensive end, Lonzo Ball being good on that end. They're both really good three-point shooters. So I think it could be a really nice backcourt together. So I'm going to move Simons to shooting guard. Lonzo would move down. So I'm going to move Simons shooting guard. So Simons and Lonzo will start together in the backcourt, which I think, like I said, could make for an interesting backcourt. We got Brandon Clark and Xavier Tillman, which I think both those guys could be really solid here. So I like them. I don't know if I like either of them being starters, but really good bench players for sure. And then as far as our guard rotation, I like the Sumu as well. You also still have Kobe White, which I don't know what we'll do with him for sure. You have Alex Caruso, which at 20 years old, I do love Caruso, but I might trade him too because I might just roll with Kobe White and Sumu being like my guard rotation. I don't know. We'll see. And then Caruso we could trade or we could keep him. DeMar DeRozan, I think I still do want to trade if the trade is right. I don't know if I'll just trade him for nothing. Brandon Clark and Xavier Tillman are more both obviously like traditional, like they're better as centers, but I'm going to move Brandon Clark to power forward. So Tillman and like I said, Brandon Clark and Xavier Tillman will be my backup front court, but I need starters. I need starters. So first thing or the next thing is going to be Anthony Edwards. I mean, obviously I would do this trade, but the Timberwolves would never do this, I don't think anyway. So DeMar DeRozan trade for Anthony Edwards, sure, sign me up for that, but I don't think that's even remotely possible. So I do have a different idea though in mind for DeMar DeRozan. And we're going to see if we can make it happen. It might have to be with the Los Angeles Lakers, not for LeBron, though. Probably for Russell Westbrook, where Russell Westbrook's not going to really play for us. Actually, he's expiring. We have to wait till he accepts his team option. But we are going to go to the draft. I'm not expecting like a huge return for, well, like I said, we should get a decent return for DeRozan because he just had a really good season. But let's go to our number 19th overall pick and kind of see what follows here at number 19. So number 19, we got the 3 big men going top 3, obviously. I would have loved it if like Jalen Duran fell to 19, but he didn't, obviously. So what do we got? We got Jeremy Sochan, which I actually wouldn't mind him here at all, which I think that's who I'm going to take. I'm going to take Jeremy here to be my brand new small forward for this roster. He is going to be, I don't even know what over. I don't know if I've ever drafted him. He's a 76 overall, so hopefully he could be pretty good for us. And then player options, Dosunmu accepts, Tony Bradley declines, and then qualifying offers Troy Brown, Falcon Mill, and Tyler Cook. But like I said, next thing is trading DeMar DeRozan. I'm going to try to make a trade happen. All right, so I just made a trade with the Atlanta Hawks in order to get John Collins in return for DeMar DeRozan. So basically, the Atlanta Hawks get DeMar DeRozan to help out Trae Young for right now, and he would, you know, maybe be a better fit next to Trae Young and definitely would kind of take some ball handling duties off of him. So I kind of like that idea. And we get John Collins in return to be our brand new power forward for this team, which I like that idea, honestly. John Collins, Lonzo Ball, Anthony Simons is now kind of our new 3 core. I kind of like that. I think it's interesting. I really do. This is making for an interesting video. Again, I think the Atlanta Hawks, for like a win now move, could definitely use a guy like DeMar DeRozan next to Trae Young, so those two become a brand new duo. And then we gave up Marco just to sweeten the trade a little bit because the Atlanta Hawks first said they were not interested in the trade. But now I'm feeling pretty good about how things are looking. So now we have Kobe White and Alonzo, and then Dosunmu as well, and then Simons and Caruso, Jeremy Sochan, if I'm saying that name correct, and probably not, John Collins and Brandon Clark, which I like, and then Patrick Williams. I forgot about Patrick Williams is sitting here as well, just injured. Wow, I totally forgot he was even here. Like, I'm just kind of crazy. So he's probably going to be our starting small forward now, which I kind of like that as well. So Patrick Williams was just kind of sitting here, man. I totally forgot he was even. I can't believe I just kind of missed out on him. So I mean, I fixed it now, so we're good there. But Patrick Williams going to be my small forward. I don't really want him playing power forward, so I'm gonna move Williams to small forward, and then he'll either start over Jeremy. But that'll be my small forward rotation, which I like. And then John Collins and Clark, and then Xavier Tillman as my starting center, which I would love if that improved a little bit. So maybe we look into, like I said, trading Alex Caruso and maybe getting a center in return, or we could sign like Mitchell Robinson to be our starting center, which I kind of like the idea of that. So, you know, Mitchell Robinson and Xavier Tillman being kind of my rotation. Kind of like that idea. So we renounced the rights, and I didn't even sign Mitchell Robinson, did I? I'm an idiot. Okay, there he is. Let's sign him this time. Okay, I think I clicked no on accident, so let me offer that. We do get Mitchell Robinson, so we're going to get Mitchell Robinson to be our brand new center here for Chicago. I like that, man. I think we have a very, very interesting roster with the Chicago Bulls here. I think we've retooled it really nicely, and I think this makes for a very interesting roster, like I said. And then last but not least, if I were to trade Alex Caruso, I'd probably want a first in return, like a late first at least. Or we could just keep him. If the trades aren't good, I'm not going to trade him. But if there is a good trade, I'm going to do it. So Doug Robinson at first. I don't want to take on the salary, though. Fournier, again, I don't want to take on the salary. THT in a first. I guess if the Lakers wanted Caruso back. THT is on an expiring contract. So getting a first-round pick in return is cool, I guess. But honestly, I might just stick with Caruso. I might just leave him. Then you got Kate. The Spurs are offering me, and the Rockets are offering me a first-round pick as well. So, and the Suns as well. But Landry Shamit's contract is a little big. And then Pokusevski. I'm just going to leave him. I'm just going to leave Caruso. I'm going to leave Caruso on the team for defense and just to help out with the, you know, just kind of be a veteran presence for this roster. So Caruso going down. We'll probably trade him next offseason. Dosunmu is going down. Mitchell Robinson went down to 5 overall, but I think it's because the roster creator kind of fixed overalls, I think. But regardless, man, I think we're in for a really interesting season for sure. I think with this little bit of a retool we just had for this Bulls team, getting John Collins for DeMar DeRozan, I think was really nice. And then, of course, getting Simons for Lavine, which if that scenario were to happen, which I don't think it would, but it still makes for an interesting video today. So you got Lonzo Ball, Anthony Simons in the backcourt. You got Patrick Williams at the small forward, John Collins at your 4 spot, Xavier Tillman. So they want to start Xavier Tillman, which I guess is fine. Kobe White is your 6th man, Alex Caruso, Dosunmu, and then Mitchell Robinson. So Brandon Clark completely out of the rotation kind of bugs me. I'm not going to lie. I don't love that. So maybe we just do trade Caruso because we do have 3 guards in rotation, and I don't really love that. So I guess, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to trade Caruso. I'm going to rip the Band-Aid off. I love Caruso, but I'd rather get Clark some minutes here. So Brook Lopez in a first from the Bucks. I kind of like that idea. Then we're getting D'Anthony Melton, a first round pick, so that's not too bad. But I don't really want a guard in return. This time they're only offering me a first and THT, and then a first round pick for Dwight Powell. The Mavericks get, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this trade. We're gonna get Dwight Powell in return, and that'll get Dwight Powell out of the rotation completely, I think, and then that'll put Brandon Clark in, which is what we want. And then unfortunately Jeremy's not getting any minutes this year, but that could change next year. I honestly want to start Mitchell Robinson over Tillman, but I guess if they want to start Tillman, then sure, why not? But I'm going to go ahead and look at the shot tendencies real quick, and we can go ahead and start this season. So Lonzo Ball is a 79. I'm going to move it up to like a 78. John Collins to like 79 as well. Kobe White's fine. Patrick Williams, I wouldn't mind boosting that up a little bit as well to like a 60. So yeah, I'll leave that. I'll leave that the way it is. So we're going to go ahead and simulate this season with this brand new Chicago Bulls roster. See if this team can make the playoffs. I think they're going to. I really do. I like this roster. A lot of guys on the same timeline as well. I think we've done a good job so far. So at the end of the season, Joel Embiid wins MVP. MarJon wins Rookie of the Year. Kyle Kuzma is your sixth man. Gobert's defensive player. LaMelo Ball is your most approved. And Taylor Jenkins is your coach of the year for the Grizzlies. And Matthew Ash is your executive. So here's your All-NBA first team with Luka, LaMelo, Tatum, Giannis, Joel Embiid. All-NBA second team, you have DeJounte, Shea, LeBron, Jimmy Butler. All-NBA third team, Trae Young making it with DeMar DeRozan as well on his team. And then all-defense first team, you have both the Ball brothers, which is cool. Lonzo making it for us. I love to see that. And Caruso made it for the Dallas Mavericks. So we traded an all-NBA defender, I guess you can say. But we did get a first-round pick out of it, so feel pretty good about it at the very least. But hey, we got the third seed, and look, man, we get to play LaMelo Ball. That's going to be fun. Lonzo versus LaMelo, round one. I mean, that would be fun to watch. But you got 23 from Anthony Simons, 19 from John Collins, and 19 from Lonzo. 18 from Kobe White off the bench, which is fantastic. So either he's going to be a really good sixth man for us for the foreseeable future, or he's going to be a guy that some team is going to look at and they're going to want him very badly, and we're going to get a lot of value out of him, which I'm going to go probably towards the six-man route because 2K is pretty bad about giving you value. But 12 points from Sumu and 11 from Williams, 6 from Robinson off the bench and 7 rebounds and a block per game, which again, I wouldn't mind. I would have definitely started Mitch Robinson, but they really were on Xavier Tillman starting for this team, which is fine, I guess. So here we go. We're going up against the Charlotte Hornets, who have LaMelo, Gordon Hayward, Miles Bridges, Hassan Whiteside, PJ Washington, Kelly Oubre, and then, of course, Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward. So we'll see what happens. Simulating current round against the Charlotte Hornets. We're up 2-1, 3-1, and we beat LaMelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets 4-1. Lonzo Ball beats his brother. That is awesome. So the Bulls, we had 16 and the 26 from John Collins, 29 from Miles Bridges. What a series. But now we get to play the Brooklyn Nets. So they have Kyrie, Seth Curry, Kevin Durant, Ben Simmons, Day'Ron Sharpe, Mark Williams, Nicholas Claxton, and Cameron Thomas. So a lot of centers off the bench, which is interesting to me, but regardless. Simulating current round against Brooklyn, and we are going to get eliminated in 5 games, which is fine. I think our youth showed there a little bit. Let's see who goes on to win the championship. We got the Brooklyn Nets and their 3-headed monster bench center lineup going on to win it all. So Portland Trailblazers did end up making the playoffs, so we're going to have their first round pick. We're not going to have our own, though, because it's going to go to Orlando, so that's going to be something we have to keep in mind. So we take a real quick look. We do not have our pick, like I said, but we do have the Blazers pick, which was the 18th overall pick. And then it looks like the Orlando Magic have our pick via, which is 25. So not too bad. So I'll swap that out. 18 for 25. Give me that all day. But head coach, Billy Donovan did a great job, so I wouldn't mind just bringing him back. But Steve Kerr, I've never seen Steve Kerr be a free agent head coach before, so I'll go for him. I mean, he used to play for Chicago, so I don't know if there's a connection there. Frank Vogel also is an option if we wanted to go for Frank Vogel, I guess. I'll offer on him. And then, again, Billy Donovan, I'll probably be getting Billy Donovan back, I assume, but I'll offer it to him. Let's see. And, yeah, Frank Vogel. So we're going to get Billy Donovan back. He did a good job anyway. Guard Guru, we're going to grab Mr. Knight. And then I don't know if we'll be doing much this offseason. Again, we have to make a decision on Kobe White, who just averaged 18 points per game for us. So, I mean, I think it's safe to say we should probably keep him. And then Jeremy might be in the rotation as well this year, so we'll have to keep that in mind. But, yeah, I like our big three. I think we're going places. Let's go to this 18th overall pick, though, and see what we can get for this roster. So we have Thompson. Maybe we should take a center. I saw James here, Najee. I don't know how good he is. Just to give myself maybe another good option there, but I don't see him anymore. Let's go take a look if I can find him. Zeke. I just had him on the board and he was like top 5, but I don't know, man. Not really sure what we should be looking at. I'm just going to go ahead and take, there he is, James Najee. I don't know. I'll take him. Hopefully he's good. We'll see. But second round pick, early second round pick, Kadarius Richmond. I'll take him and then we'll call it good. So just like that, we come out of the draft with a 75 and a 74. So not too bad. Player options got Patrick Williams and Xavier Tillman. And then qualifying offers, you have Desumu and Kobe White, who are both free agents, and Brandon Clark is as well, which I do want Brandon Clark back. So all three of those guys definitely would love to have back. And did my game just freeze? And it crashed. Well, boys, 2K is back on its bullshit because I don't know what's going on, but this roster I built will not work, apparently, in my file that I use all the time, because I went back to the same point we were just at when it crashed, when I had to give Brandon Clark that qualifying offer. It will not go past that point. It crashes every time. So then I was like, is it just like, what is going on? This file has never crashed like that. It doesn't do that. So then I just went ahead and just like simulated with the Bulls, didn't do anything, just left it all the same, and sure enough, it worked. So I don't know if it's just the roster I built or whatever, but 2K does not like this roster. It keeps crashing every time. So basically, what we're doing is it's essentially in the same season, but this time I gave everybody like a little bit of a development. I gave everybody like a +1 overall because everyone was young, so I feel like everyone should develop at this point. So it's basically the same roster, and like I said, man, I can't get past the qualifying offer stage. It crashes literally every time. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense, but I've been sitting here and doing every single move like exactly how I did it when I showed you guys on camera. Just kept doing it and it would crash, and then I have to do it again. So like, it's been a painful process, but I'm just gonna, you know, wave the white flag and just roll with it like this, man. That's all I can really do, because I thought this rebuild was pretty good. And I want to upload it still, but obviously I wanted another season with it, but I can't do that because it keeps crashing. Now, we'll try it again, but let's just pretend, like I said, we're basically in the same year we were just in, but let's pretend this is the next year. We don't have that center we just drafted, but that's fine. It's the same roster, but hey, who knows? Maybe I try it again, and maybe it won't crash this time. Who knows? 2K is being weird, but we're going to simulate this year. Hopefully it doesn't crash, and we'll see how season number 2 goes for us. So at the end of the season, Luka wins MVP, Jabari is your rookie of the year, Kobe White wins 6th man of the year, which I think he should have won the first year anyway. Rudy Gobert defense player, and Halliburton most improved, and Billy Donovan is your coach of the year. So we ended up getting the first seed in the East, which is awesome. But obviously in the first season we got to play LaMelo Ball, which was fun, and then we lost to Brooklyn. But since this is season number 2, technically I guess it's a little bit of a different look this time, but we are the first seed in the East. So let's see what we get to play. We can play the Toronto Raptors this time. We don't have to deal with the Nets, so maybe that, you know, bodes well for us. But we go up against Toronto. Obviously, Toronto has a really talented roster, so we're in for a good one here. Game 1, we're up 1-0. Good start. 26 from Patrick Williams, which is cool. So if Patrick Williams could become a stud in these playoffs, you know, we're not going to complain about that. It's 1-1. Then 30 for Anthony Simons, 22 from Kobe White. Hopefully, we don't allow them to win 2 on us. Okay, we win 2-1. We're up 3-1, and we beat them in 5. Let's go. We're on to the second round. And now I get to play Cleveland, which in their own right, Cleveland has a really good roster. They have Garland, Okoro, Markkanen, Mobley, Jarrett Allen, and Colin Sexton. So this could be tough, but we're here to fight for it. So game 1, we're up 1-0, 125, 121. John Collins, really good game 1. We love that. Game 2, they even it up, 125 to 110. Sexton with 27. Game 3, we're up 2-1. Okay, can we go up 3-1? No, it's an even series. Game 5 is going to be an important one, and we're up 3-2. Can we beat them in 6? No, we're going to a game 7 with the Cleveland Cavaliers at home in Chicago. Can we take care of business to go to the Eastern Conference Finals is the question. And this is our only chance, man. We can't keep going. 2K will crash on me. So hopefully 2K rewards me with a win here. But it is a very close game. And oh my goodness. Wow, we barely won. That was actually really scary. I tried to stop it again, but we beat them by 2. And we're on to the Eastern Conference Finals to play the Miami Heat. So we have Kyle Lowry, Hero, Jimmy Butler, Kyle Anderson, and Bam Adebayo. I actually like the idea of Kyle Anderson in Miami, but regardless, let's see if we could beat them. Game 1, we're up 1-0. We beat them 29-10 from Lonzo. Had a really good game 1. We're up 2-0. Can we go up 3-0? Nope. What about 3-1? No. Let's not allow them to win game 5 though, right? Okay. Win game 6. Yes, we're on to the NBA Finals. Let's go. We get the Minnesota Timberwolves. Okay, at one point, I don't know if you remember, but we just called the Timberwolves the Timber Bulls because they had so many damn Bulls players. But this time, it is a different look for the Timberwolves, obviously. So, can we beat them is the question. We are up 1-0 to start things off. 32-29 from Anthony and Lonzo. They even it up. We're up 2-1. Okay, 162. That's crazy amount of points in a playoff game. But 2-2. Okay, we've gone literally 6 or 7 every series. So, hopefully, we can win game 5. And we're down 3-2. Damn, okay. All right. We need to force a game 7 back to Chicago. Can we do it is the question. it is going to have to be done in Minnesota. But hey, if we can force a game 7, I like our chances because that Chicago crowd's going to be rolling. And I think we've done it, boys. We forced a game 7. We're going to a game 7 going up against Minnesota. Let's see if we can get it done here, man. We got to get it done. So going up against Minnesota, game 7. Can we win a championship after trading Lavine, DeMar, Vucevic, and Caruso? Can we do it? And it's looking good for us, boys. I think it's safe to say, despite 2K crashing on me, we have won a championship with the Chicago Bulls. I did my best to kind of make it a second season. But hey, I will take the championship victory for sure. Lonzo Ball wins Finals MVP. And yeah, everything looked good. Kobe White was really good for us as well. Now, I am curious if I went straight. Like I said, it's crashed every time at qualifying offers. If I try to go to free agency, I'm just curious to see if it'll crash. Let's see. If it doesn't crash this time, I'm actually going to be mad. Which sounds weird, but I think it's crashed. Yeah, it's crashed. Yep, it's crashed, boys. So yep, that'll be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Literally, it's frozen. And yeah, we're done. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely leave a like if you did. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.